You are now entering the box. Welcome back to Inside the Box podcast. Today we have Robert Fair with Habitat for Humanity with us. How's it going, Robert?
It's going good. How are you?
Good. It's the first podcast, huh?
It is my first podcast.
Basically like a long radio interview.
Yeah, a few years ago, a couple friends of mine tried to do a podcast in a basement, but we didn't stick to it. So it's cool to be like official.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's been hard for us to kind of keep on top of it. You know, you get busy, and then a lot of people get quit when you don't get like 1 million followers in a couple weeks, you know?
Sure. I think for us, it was the three of us, we had a lot of opinions, but who did the technical stuff? We just kind of bowed out on that. Like,
yeah.
I could sit and BS all day, but
doing
editing and whatnot, no one wanted to do that.
Yeah, I can understand that. So we have it set up pretty awesome because as we live switch here, as soon as we're done, it's ready to post.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
We've tried to streamline it to eliminate exactly those problems.
For sure.
Yeah, it used to be that we would record with multiple cameras, and then Ryan would go back and like chop it back and forth. So we'd have to rewatch it and then export it. And yeah, we've cut down probably 5 hours of work to 1.5 hours.
Oh, that's
including
convenient.
the filming time.
Yeah, that's convenient. That's definitely awesome. So, yeah. If I had it that way, I would maybe still be doing it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we just try to be as efficient as possible. So Habitat for Humanity, what's your official title there?
I am the new executive director.
And you took Colleen's place,
I took
right?
Colleen Stone's position I officially was in, I call the hot seat on July 1st.
Nice.
So almost a month.
I know I missed her little going away thing where we gave her the award. Silsa, we gave her the award. I wanted to be there. She was one of the people that helped connect me with Silsa.
Absolutely. No, she was absolutely a great mentor to me. She is still somebody I call once a week, and I go over through my schedule and whatnot. She has been absolutely great. She left the organization in great shape.
That's awesome.
So big shoes to fill for sure. But I'm excited about the road ahead.
Yeah, that's exciting. So why don't you just give everybody a quick breakdown? I'm sure most people know what Habitat for Humanity is, but a quick summary of what you guys do over there.
Sure. At Habitat for Humanity, our mission is to build homes for people. So particularly since the COVID pandemic, we have seen rent costs go up around the country 23%. And our homeowners are usually homeowners who are just at the cusp of being able to make it to afford a home, but they're not quite there yet. So what we do is through volunteer labor and through donations, we build homes for families who are just trying to work at that American dream.
Yeah. I went into right during or right after or somewhere around there with COVID. I worked with Colleen to do some filming at a couple and help with we did like a live stream. Kind of like we do this, honestly.
Sure.
We set up a live stream for presenting the homes and all that stuff. So that was pretty neat to be part of because it gave me a more clear representation of what actually is being done, to see the emotion of the people getting the homes. And
yeah,
everything.
absolutely. And, there's a lot of misconceptions still about Habitat that we provide a free house. We do not. Our homeowners, they spend about a year in our program. They have to do 250 sweat equity hours, so they volunteer for us. They have to do 75 before they can even choose their lot. Most of our homeowners, they are first generation homeowners. So people in their family have not owned a home before. They are the first person to be owning a home. So I like to say that we are breaking the cycle of poverty and giving that lift up on the American dream ladder for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. The one we helped with was the one right over off of South Grand, kind of by where the taco joint's at now.
Yeah,
kinda.
sure.
Yeah. It was a nice little home.
Yeah, it's nice. Our homes, they are affordable. They're also environmentally friendly. You can be in one of our homes right now in the middle of August with no air on, and it still feels cool. Mm-hmm. So they're safe, they're affordable, they're sustainable.
Yeah, I think the one that I helped with, they did a heat heat pump or whatever in it also, where it gets the it gets the heat from the ground or something. Yeah,
Sure.
that was pretty interesting. I didn't really know much about this.
There is still, I joke with my construction team all the time, when it comes to that area of the organization, I will stare blank at you and just have to
That
agree
sounds
with like,
good.
oh, that sounds great. Awesome.
They're gonna stay warm,
They're
right?
going to stay warm. They're going to be cool. We have an issue with one of our, a house that we are getting ready to renovate that we got donated to us, and we are adding a couple rooms onto it. And I had my construction manager Cam come and say there's a gas line buried where we're going to do the add-on, and I like to joke around and say I'm a little bit of an indoor boy, so I looked at him and I said, what does that mean? He's like, well, we have to dig it up and move it. And I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense to me now. So yeah, I am not by any means the person they trust with the hammer.
Just give me the end result here. What are we gonna, is there something I need to figure out, or what are we doing?
For sure.
Now you guys also got the Restore over there,
Sure.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All kinds of neat stuff in there.
The Restore, we are always taking donations. So if it is quality, gently used items, and you are looking to get them off your hands, we will take them for donation. Everything that we get into the Restore that is donated, we resell, and that money goes directly into our mission to support families.
Yeah. What so I was kind of looking on your Facebook at some of the different things that are posted on there. You know, I saw like lawn mowers. You know, I actually our giant whiteboard out there. I don't know if you saw it coming in on the Create and Hustle wall. That giant whiteboard I got from there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And which was awesome. And God, I saved so much money. Like buying that thing outright would have been hundreds of dollars, like probably like $500, and I think I got it for like, you know,
absolutely. You can
20
get some
or $50 or something.
Get some bargains on some pretty nice things that come into the Restore. We just a few months ago had a ton of cabinets donated to us that were never used. They were in a showroom floor for a few years, and they have been a hit. We've sold most of them.
Nice.
But just things like that, you know, you can get for a bargain price. I'm out there all the time, and we have a policy that they have to sit for 48 hours before employees can take a nab at it. And I'm looking to buying a house soon, and I've seen chairs out there, sofas out there that I'm like, oh, this would look great, but it's brand new, and I can't.
You get a lot of regulars coming through there, like seeing what's in.
We have a lot of regulars who come in. My the staffers out in the Restore keep me posted. I said, oh, we see him all the time, or
seeing what's new.
No, we occasionally have somebody who
kind of like almost like a pawn shop. I mean, you're not pawning stuff, but my dad used to go. He worked down by Recycled Records, and he'd go in there every day, see what was new.
People are just looking for something to, you know, they're looking for a steal, and we're happy to have them.
Yeah. Does so if like you said they were display cabinets, so if like a business brings in something like that, can they then get like a tax write-off receipt or however that works?
Sure. You know, this is a question that I am still definitely learning about in my transition process. But as for any sort of donations like that, yeah, there's some elements. Yeah.
What is the weirdest thing that someone's either tried to bring in or has brought in? Like the most, like I saw a lawnmower. I was like, oh, they got riding lawnmowers in there. I was like, I didn't know that.
You know, I'm not sure if it's the weirdest thing. I think someone in our Restore would probably have found more weirder things. But we do a fundraiser every November called Raise the Roof. And part of the fundraiser is we do a Price is Right type ordeal. So we grab 3 to 4 really weird items in the Restore that we use to say, how much do you think this would sell in the Restore? Well, this past year, I picked out what was a painting of a clown. And the clown
was actually a Van Gogh,
right,
secretly.
The clown was kind of popping out of the painting. It was a really bizarre,
like kind of dimensional. Like,
yeah,
that's cool.
It was a really bizarre looking piece of art. But the funny thing is, I had tried to send pictures of this to our sponsors who were wanting to see pictures so we can like put them and say, these are the things we're going to be bidding on. This picture never took. Not on my phone, not on our camera. I am convinced that some sort of demon or something was in it, and that was the running joke. So when we had our actual event,
What would happen when you tried to take a picture?
nothing would happen. My phone malfunctioned afterwards, and you would take a picture and you would see all white, or the picture would just be very blurry.
Whoa.
So I don't know if
Gotta bring in the Ghost Society.
yeah. So when we had our event at our Raise the Roof event last November, we had a picture of all three things that we were going to do the prices right on, so people could see in the back. We just had, I believe it said clown art because you could not see it. We could not get a picture of it. So
That's
to me, I don't
crazy.
know if that was the strangest things we ever had donated, but it definitely was something worth mentioning.
Yeah.
And I think a few weeks ago we had a slot machine donated to us.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah.
What about like the most surprising thing? Whatever. I don't know what that means. You can kind of take that word how you. I'm just curious what you would think that you've seen.
You know, on the top of my head, I can't think of something that was so surprising. We did have maybe a year ago or so, someone donated a sofa, and they gave us a call, and they were looking for their cat, who they believed could have still been in the sofa. So we had to take some time to look around the restore to see if there was like a stray cat.
Snuck out.
A stray cat running around. We did not find the cat, and I believe the cat was found, thank God. But we have had crazy things where
That
we have
is
had
hilarious.
donated and said, I think my cat was still on the sofa when you came in and got it. And I said, I mean, my cat would have jumped
my
at
God,
the
that's
first
so funny.
sign. So we've had weird encounters for sure.
That's hilarious. I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think I donated when we bought our house, there was an entertainment center downstairs, and I'm pretty sure you guys came and got it out of there. I might have had to get it upstairs first or something. I don't remember, but I think I donated
Mhm.
that. Now that I think about it.
Yep, for anyone who is interested in donating, they can just give us a call, and we schedule donations. So our drivers will be happy to come out, and they are allowed to go into the house and help take it off your hands for sure.
Yeah. What are the rules around like stuff you'll take?
Yeah, we do not take any sort of clothing, but we take gently used house items. So sofas, chairs. We will take lawnmowers, washer and dryers. I call them household knickknacks. Like I recently got rid of a whole box of just coffee cups that I have not used, plates. We'll take tile, toilets, sinks. So basically household goods,
Mm-hmm.
no clothes. We've taken records. We take records,
That's cool.
occasional children's toys. So basically household items for sure.
Does it stay pretty? I haven't been over there for a while. Does it stay pretty stocked over
We
there?
are very stocked right now.
Yeah.
So we are very stocked and happy
What do you
to
do
have.
when you feel like it's like, all right, we don't have any more room. We got to get, you know what I mean?
You know, when we feel like we're overstocked, we do have storage units that we can put some things in.
Gotcha.
There are occasions where we have, had to put things in storage just because we are completely overstocked. And there's been times before where we're like, oh, we need to get some donations. It's all fluid in
Fluctuates.
things like
Yeah.
this, like weather. We see a high rate of donations coming around spring and summertime. People
Spring
have got into the
cleaning.
house, they're cleaning, they don't want this anymore. So, but we usually, I think right now for our donation schedule, we're about a week out. So if someone were to call today and wanting to donate their old couch that they've been trying to get rid of for a while, we could probably be out there in a week.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was just thinking about how for our other podcast, I was wanting like a old looking sofa, like a 70s looking, like wrapped. I was like, it'd be perfect if it was like wrapped in that plastic
That
where you
plastic?
like sit on it. It's like,
Oh, a few weeks ago, I was out in the restore and I did a double take at this sofa, and it looked like something out of my grandmother's house in the
it
was in the
double yellow
90s, but this sofa definitely was like from the 70s. It was one of those. It was very bright green, but there was like pink floral arrangements all
floral,
over
yeah.
it. Yeah. I said this would look great in some sort of vintage room, but
Yeah.
it caught me. I did a double take. I was like, is that my
I didn't
grandmother's
even
sofa?
think about. I had stopped in Goodwill one time to see if they had anything that would fit it, and I didn't even think to come swing by. Habitat's probably a much better place to
absolutely.
look for that.
If you're looking for any sort of furniture and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind.
And it's strange now because I've heard 70s decor on the in homes is coming back. which is not a personal favorite of mine, but I won't yuck anyone's yum.
Yeah.
And we've seen it like a lot of. There have been things before that I've seen out on our floor that I've said, we may hold on to this forever, and within the day it's gone.
Yeah.
So,
what do you do if is there any kind of like rule you follow as far as like how long you keep something before you?
we try to, if it's in good resellable condition, we try to keep on to it for probably, I would say, a month or 2 months. There are some times where something is just not moving.
Yeah.
It's just people aren't interested in whatnot, and then we may have to find a way to dispose it. But usually most of our items are gone.
Yeah.
But in the occasion where it's like this is set out here for 3 or 4 months and we're not getting any hits on it, then we have to think about our options.
Yeah. How big? Do you know how many square feet your guys' building is? That place is big. What did it used to be? Wasn't it like an indoor go-kart place or something?
It used to be Kicks.
Kicks?
Yeah, I can't think of the square feet, but I can remember I used to go to Kicks when I first moved here for
college.
college.
Did they have? Did they have an arcade or laser tag?
It was an arcade. I want to say laser tag. Was there? I can't
like
remember if there was go-karts. I could be making that up, but I do remember laser tag.
It's like a cruddier version of Malibu Jacks, I feel like. It's like yeah, that I kind of forgot about that until just now.
It's funny. We had an issue with the power the other day, and I had to go back to go look at some of the labeling, and the rooms are labeled.
Breaker?
Yeah, at the breaker, and the rooms are labeled Party Room 1, Party Room 2. Go-karts, and I was like, well, what is my actual office? Is it Party Room 1?
Yeah, that's hilarious. Sounds like my house. I was trying to do something the other day, and I was like, what are these labels? I was like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I gotta get these things fixed.
Yeah, I was like, we need to re-update this so I know, like, Party Room.
So when you guys, obviously we're a marketing company and like to think about marketing. When you guys think about like marketing, what are the main things you typically try to push? Just I saw on your Facebook page, it was just showing off a lot of the stuff in the store. How do you guys kind of think about that? And
for Habitats, it's such a broad organization. So obviously when you're looking at the at Facebook, you see a lot of the things that we have going on at the Restore, things that we've just gotten in, things that we're trying to sell. We're notorious for our dad jokes. I hear about those all the time. We try to do a dad joke with any sort of item that we put out on the floor.
Nice.
And we push for volunteers. We are a volunteer-based organization, and volunteers can do just about anything at Habitat. They can work in the store if they want to, price items. This time of year, a lot of our volunteers are more wanting to be outside and in construction and whatnot, since it's build season for us.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people in one of the posts painting, giving the place some paint.
Yeah, we have volunteers right now today that are a youth group from Michigan that are coming down, and they're in Springfield for the week, and they're painting the entire building for us. So that has been absolutely great. And we had volunteers just last Saturday through Hope Church, who built all of our walls for House 124 that we are getting ready to get started on in August. So we are always pushing for volunteers, and if anyone is interested in volunteering, they can just go to our website and get signed up. And there is a new volunteer orientation for people who are interested in construction. But not only are we pushing for donations, we are always pushing for people who want to come out and give us a hand for sure.
Nice. Do you guys ever have like CACC students or anything help with stuff like that?
Absolutely. We have high school students who come out throughout the school year. We get a lot of UIS students. We get CACC students, Lincoln Land, a lot of the college students, which I've been in college before. We like to say they date us but won't marry us. They come out for, they get their volunteer hours, and sometimes they're done.
A little bit of
which that was me back in the day, so I do understand. But we do have quite a few college students who stick around as well. But
that's cool.
Particularly during school season, we see a lot more younger faces for sure.
Yeah. Do you guys still do that? What's it called? It's like when you paint the studs, or I don't remember. I just remember like people would come in. It was like a paint party essentially.
Yeah, and we paint paint the studs for one of our homes.
Yeah,
we still do that. We have not. I do not believe we did that last year. For some reason, I think it got canceled. But it's something that we're going to look into. We definitely want to do it for. We usually have done it for our women's build in the past. So
that's right.
our women's build that's coming up in August. I think that might be something to look out for sure.
How many houses do you guys try to do a year?
This year we have 2 homes that we are completely building, and we have 1 renovation. Last year we did 3 brand new homes. So
That's awesome.
we usually try to do about 3 a year. I would like to hopefully down the road see us get up to maybe 4 or 5, but that's far more of a long-term goal, a lot more fundraising for that.
That'd be awesome. That's crazy though. Even 3. I mean, it's not a simple process
No,
to
it's
build
not.
a home.
Yeah, it's not simple at all. And I remember when I first started, I started as the community outreach manager, so I did a lot more with the volunteers. And when I was first told that by the end of the week, you will see something that looked like a house. And like I said, I have no background in construction. And I said, I don't understand how that's possible. For me, I think you're building a house. I'm like, that's going to take months.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say from the start of our Blitz week, which is usually on a Friday, to that next following Friday, when you go past, it's a house.
Yeah.
Like, you can't live in it for sure, but you look at it and you're like, oh, that's a house
The
coming.
walls are
yeah,
up
the
and-
walls are up, and that's all through volunteer labor.
That's crazy. So this probably isn't a valid question. I guess it's probably a hard one to answer, but like, how many volunteer hours would you guess go into building a house? If you had to guess.
I would say, looking at our last volunteer report, I think overall, when it's all said and done from start to doing the punch list, move in, I would say we probably get into the 1,800
Yeah.
about hours,
Wow.
depending.
That's amazing.
Because we also, each house is different. So sometimes we have some houses take a little bit longer because of supply chain issues and whatnot.
You got to dig up a gas
So
line.
you have to dig up the gas line, like it's delaying us right now. But I would say probably at the end of the day, I would say we probably round out about, when we go through it, about 1,800 would be our highest.
That's
for
amazing.
For sure.
Super cool. How long have you been with the company?
I started with Habitat in February of 2023.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you from Springfield?
I like to say I've been here long enough. I've been a local. I started UIS here in 2010. Then after I graduated in 2012, I'm originally from Decatur, so I went back home for a year, and I like to say I worked for my dad in my gap year. I would advise if anyone who's ever worked directly under a parent, God bless them, because I love my dad to death, but that was a long year.
Yeah.
Then I came back for grad school, but
My kids are in for a treat.
I came back for grad school, but I really will honestly say I came back because I just needed 2 more years of college.
Yeah.
And then after that, my original where I thought I would be is politics and government.
Yeah.
And I did some political campaigns in 2016 and then ended up at the state senate in 2017 and was there until 2023, and then started a Habitat.
Were you just like, this is terrible?
I
couldn't.
A lot of
imagine being
my
in government
colleagues, I'll say this,
or
they
politics,
are.
I should say.
It's a different beast. My colleagues who still work are my friends now who still work in state government. I will say they are hardworking groups of people on both sides of the aisle. I'm not going to talk politics.
Yeah.
But I like to see. I like to see action and results, and state government is very slow.
Yeah.
So
It's
for
hard
me,
hard to get things done.
at around 2020, I started feeling the burnout,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just thinking to myself, I want to do something where I can see results, and the results move a little bit more quickly.
Yeah.
So
Understandable.
I was hanging out one night, having a few glasses of wine, and I saw a job open at Habitat, and I said, why not? And now we sit here.
Switch it up. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, and you probably, those skills, I'm sure, transfer over, and the experience, a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say making connections and, in the face of having to work with people and being diplomatic and some things, that has definitely been skills that have definitely been skills that have crossed over from my days in government for sure.
So what kind of things do you hope to achieve? Like, I know you said you're hoping to maybe get more houses done in a year. Like, you got a punch list of things you want to do while you're.
I'm starting to see
at the
my long
helm
term.
there.
Yeah, I'm starting to see my long term vision start to play out. I remember a few months ago when I was offered the position.
Were you surprised?
I was stunned. I applied for the position under the guise of I did not think I was going to get it. I informed Colleen. I said, I'm going to apply. I'm not really expecting anything. I just kind of want our board of directors to know I'm really serious about this organization. And if I get the chance to have a mentor to move on down for the next few years and get me into that spot, absolutely. And then one day, and I believe it was April 1st, they brought me into the office and asked me to
They're
shut
like,
the
April Fools, you're not getting it.
They asked me to shut the door, which is always either good or bad. And it was good. I had my deer in headlights moment where I said, "Oh my God," but I was really shocked. But my long-term goal right now is to help as many families as I possibly can. And going into the future, I would like to see, our social media game and things bounce up a little bit. So those are the small things I'm looking into now. We recently started a TikTok account for the Restore, so I'm hoping to get that up and going, being more active on Instagram. So there's little things that I'm starting to implement right now, but my broad vision right now is just help as many people as I can.
Yeah, probably get some volunteers in school or something. I would love doing that are trying to get into social media stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
they'd probably have a lot of fun
yeah,
doing
absolutely. And like I said, anything that we do at Habitat, we can find a volunteer for. I found myself when I was the community outreach manager a little stretched too thin and needed somebody to take pictures. So I just started a volunteer photography program. So now we have 3 photographers who do it for fun here in town, and
Cool.
There are photographers we can call up for anything. Oh, I can't make it to this event. Do you mind coming out and taking pictures here? So we look for areas that we can get volunteers to be involved.
Yeah.
And social media, definitely.
What's the best way for somebody that's interested in getting involved to see what kind of volunteer things are available? Or
Absolutely. The best way is to sign up on our website. If you sign up on our website, you can sign up for our newsletter, and our newsletter will give anyone information on what we have going on. So if we need volunteers to, cook a meal for some of our workers who are out in the field on the Blitz Week, if we need volunteer photographers, if we need, volunteer office help, the best way to keep in touch with anything that's going on Habitat is signing up for our newsletter. All of our volunteer opportunities, though, are posted on our website, habitatsangamon.com. You can go in there and kind of look at anything that interests you. We always ask that if you want to work construction, that you definitely go to our new volunteer orientation. There's a riveting video and all that fun stuff that we have to show.
That's funny. Now you guys do some smaller projects too, right? Because I saw a wheelchair ramp getting built in a couple of your posts on
through the King's Daughters organization. We are funded for wheelchair ramps, and we try to do about 1 wheelchair ramp a week.
Really?
And we are actually seeking more.
One a week. Wow.
Yeah, we are actually seeking more wheelchair ramp applicants. So if anyone who is 55 or older and owns their home and has home insurance, and they are just having trouble.
Like people that need a wheelchair ramp.
That need a wheelchair ramp. If they're just having trouble getting that need met, they can give us a call and apply to our program. We had someone a few months ago who was literally stuck in her house for almost a year and was not able to get out of her house until the wheelchair ramp was completed. And a lot of construction companies, these are smaller projects, so they don't really bite at these opportunities, and that's where we kind of come in and fill in that gap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of handyman and stuff nowadays, it's almost hard to even get them to call you back. That's several of them.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot, part of Habitat's mission is not only to build homes for people who need them, it's also maintaining that people can sustain living in their home. So if you're living in a house and you don't have access to a wheelchair ramp, but you own it, and you have the choice of, should I move and lose what I've invested here, or can I get access to a ramp? That keeps someone in their house and keeps it sustainable. So that's just the other things that we are doing to make sure that people have that home ownership.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. No, I think it's great what you guys are doing for the community. And, you got the store over there where people can also, that maybe whether you got money or not, it's a little bit cheaper way to get some items for your house or
Yeah,
whatever you need. And
absolutely. And for anyone who's listening right now, the Restore is looking for back to school items. So folders, pens, pencils, if anyone wants to donate that to us, we want to resell them to families in the community who may be on a little bit of a budget, and they can come into the Restore and get those. But we need those donations. So if anyone out there wants to pick up a few folders or pencil supplies and drop them up at the Restore, we would be happy to take them for sure.
Very nice. That's a good idea. I love that. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to kind of get out there for people to know about Habitat?
I just want everyone to know that we are working hard to provide homes for people who are just trying to climb up that American dream ladder. We are always looking for donations. And when I say donations, if you want to send us a check for $25, that's great. If you want to donate your time by volunteering, that's amazing. If you have things lying around your house that, hey, we don't need this couch anymore, or we have things that we can donate, I hope that we are everyone's mind first. So just getting involved in organizations like this, since the pandemic, we have seen volunteer numbers go way down. Just people are much more pickier with their time, and I understand that. So it's just, at the end of the day, this organization is about engaging in the community and providing a service for the community to make Sangamon County better.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and what's your guys' website?
It's habitatsangamon.com.
Okay. And are there habitats like all over?
Yeah, there are a few affiliates around us. There's one in Decatur, there's one in Peoria, there's one in Bloomington. Okay. So there are habitats that work in other counties. We are technically a federation, so our habitat, the one here in Springfield, just covers Sangamon County.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting. Well, Robert, I appreciate you joining me today. Congrats on the new position.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you get some people volunteering from this and just come and checking out the store.
Absolutely. Send us your stuff.
How do you guys make I think like the whole like presenting of the house is very impactful. Do you guys do that? Like make that like a public event that people can come watch? You know what I'm saying? Just to feel what it's like to see what's going on.
Absolutely. We do dedications when our homes are finished at the end of each home, and those are open to the public. So it's open to media. If anyone wants to come and see and get a glimpse of what we do, I will happily
send that out via the newsletter.
Yeah, I will happily. That usually goes out in the newsletter, but I will happily add you to our media list, so you can be aware of that as well if you want to come out anytime.
I think,
but those are open to the neighborhood and anyone who wants to come out.
I think people seeing that, you know what I mean, you just feel it a little bit more if you go watch it.
It's really more impactful. You get to see the volunteers who worked on the house. You get to see the partner families, meet the families of the partner families. It's more impactful, and it makes it real. What we have done. It's powerful. It's emotional. So it's a great thing to come to. So I will definitely.
Cool. It was cool being a part of it and getting to experience it a little bit when I was helping out. All right. Yeah. Well, again, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Check them out online, Facebook page, and it looks like you guys are always posting new stuff on there.
Yep, lots of dad
Sounds
jokes.
Like the new. A funny thing is when you call our phone number, you have options, what I mean, of to get to like sales or general inquiries, and the last one's like press, I don't know what it is, 4 to hear a dad joke.
That's awesome.
I got dad joke on there that it reads to you.
Yeah, I hear the dad jokes all the time. Sometimes when I'm out about it, maybe the first thing that they say, "Oh, we love the dad jokes on the Facebook." Oh, great.
Maybe I can get some inspiration from there to swap out ours every once in a while.
Absolutely.
All right, well, check us out, itbpodcast.com, to find the rest of our podcasts, available pretty much everywhere. Thanks for watching, everybody. Robert, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.